the Wizkid and the Davido matter, right? Actually, let's go into it for a bit. Let's go into it for a bit. I was gonna jump over. Let's go into it for a bit. Maybe let's take the next 10 minutes to talk about it. It's really a nothing thing, but I just want to talk about it briefly. Ah, my guy just packed Nkunku. Shout out to Dank Song. Dank Daddy himself. Dank Daddy himself. But yeah, the whole Wizkid and Davido thing, right? And it's so stupid, man. The whole thing is so stupid. I'm trying to look for the start of the whole thing. Wizkid started tweeting rapidly. He was tweeting a lot. But there was the Don Jazzy part, signed to an influencer part. So he first started as Cruz, was posting about Odimeje and stuff. He said, you guys really want me on my 50 cent shit. But like, can we go back to the old Twitter ways? But like, that's a bully. Let's leave him for now. For now. Right? So you could tell he was in the mood to cause trouble, right? Because he was replying and responding to a lot of fans. So this is foreshadowing. He was like, where's the old Wiz? It was like he still lingers in there deep down and stuff like that. So he was responding to fans. It was all cool. Jokes here and there. Then someone now asked him for when he's dropping. And it was like they should beg him like this. And he dropped the Davido. He dropped the Davido this. Right? And this was when she started getting crazy, you know. This was when she started getting crazy. So Davido responded. Then this was another thing he also said. Wizkid, Ladipo still talk nonsense yesterday. I beg, enter that one too. He said, LOL, never chatting to anyone signed to an influencer. Next. So that was the shade at Don Jazzy. You see people saying Don Jazzy is an influencer now. So I'm looking for the Davido response. You and all your crew plus your pant washer, songwriter go to sleep at night thinking you actually got anything on me in music. Wish you all well. You know what? No point. Delusional niggas pray for you. We're not delusional. You're a sick man. Let's go to the Davido angle. They drop your bedu, I beg. They say we're not delusional. You're a sick man. That's what I thought. Nothing to say. Exactly why I stopped wasting my clout and jeopardizing my millions of USD of endorsements on someone whose career was resurrected a few years ago just to die again. Interesting claims from Davido. You know your punch pusher writer go to sleep and I think you actually got anything. Peruzzi was like, she's the pant washer in question. Let's say you know find me. Like 7 shoe, nigga shop at Foot Locker. So yeah, the whole back and forth between Wiz and Davido was interesting. And to be honest, it wasn't interesting at all. It was a bit childish. My own take on it at the end of the day, right? These guys, man, Wiz, Davido, Burner, all of them. And you guys have noticed I'm really staying away from this drama content lately. I'm focusing more on the songs and things like that because at the end of the day, man, we don't really know all these niggas, bro. We don't know these niggas. I think that's what I liked from this whole thing. Like, we don't know this nigga. The whole Davido thing happened with the whole him. In fact, that video obviously was embarrassing. But like, if you thought Davido was a guy that you wanted to look up to, like he had not given you any. Like, he even said in the song, when did he say that he was a pastor, bro? He never told you he was a pastor. So I feel like a lot of people see all these musicians as gods and as role models when they've never, number one, claimed to be, and number two, they've never acted in that capacity. Like, they've not, apart from their music, right? If you remove their artistry, like these are some of the best musicians that the continent has produced, right? But in terms of them being role models or people that you want to model your character after, like, none of these niggas have ever like been in that position whereby I can say they are role models or they are fighting for us or they are. I mean, sometimes they've played activists, right? They've hidden under general cause and played activists, but how many initiatives have they actually started and driven and stuff like that? I mean, Davido did the charity thing for his birthday, which was noble. I'm not gonna lie, but we'll get and I don't even want to talk about my views on charity on this stream, but like, that's not a political initiative. That's not a revolutionary initiative that he did, right? So it was a bandage on the bigger problem that is Nigeria. So yeah, like, these guys, man, like, they've not given us any reason to be role models. So I'm just glad that this whole thing exposed the fact that these people are very emotional, very unstable, and not really what all the time we invest trying to follow up. It's a shame because, like, these are some of the most talented niggas of their generation, and the fact that they've not even been able to come together to make one song together, That tells a lot, man. That speaks a lot, man. And maybe there's no mutual respect there. Maybe there's no respect there at all. So, and it's sad because like they could have all been making good music together. Everybody, all the fans want a Wizkid and Davido joint, right? All the fans want the Davido and Burna joint. So it's sad to see, right? In the grand scheme of things, but it's not something that each of us should be killing ourselves for, because Nigeria, we have bigger problems, man. And these guys don't really care about us. They just care about how much money they make. They care about Jesus Christ. That Twitter, man. Twitter is not a safe space. So Twitter is not a space. Thank God I was not sharing my screen. But yeah, shout out to again everyone that supports me. I've said it before. Be a fan of yourself, man. Don't stand anybody, and don't be standing people, especially people that you don't know who they are, man. On that note, I think I'm gonna call it a day. Do we have any other thing to discuss? Not really. So yeah, that was my take on the old Wizkid and Davido back and forth. It's really pointless. It's childish shit. Let's not waste our time on it, and let's focus on what we need to do as individuals and what we can do for our nation. Because at this rate, none of these niggas are going to help us get to where we want to be as a nation. None of these niggas are going to help us get to where we want to be individually. So we should just focus on their music, focus on enjoying what they give us musically. And until they give us a reason for us to look up to them as individuals, there's no need to look up to them as individuals, because these niggas have not shown any reason for us, including Weasel, including Burna, including Davido. None of them have showed us any reason for us to look up to them. So yeah, and I'm not even saying me, I'm a perfect guy. I'm not claiming to be a role model too. In fact, I don't even really believe that most of us should have role models, because there's only so many people that you can really model your character after, especially in this generation. The greatest role models for me are all dead now, or most of them are all dead. There are some guys that I admire in this generation, and there are some guys that are fighting for the right causes, but yeah, they're not a lot. So while in an age of information, make sure you're continuously educating yourself, make sure you're continuously on your grind, and make sure you're continuously developing yourself, and make sure that you enjoy yourself. And let's not get sucked in these people's war and drama and things like that.